New processor today, or not new processor, a top 5 processor list, or top most budget processor for processors for gaming. Now, if you're an Intel kind of guy and have an Intel budget build and it's your first PC, this is what I highly recommend. It's an Intel Pentium processor. They have the anniversary. This is the anniversary edition, as you guys can see. Has 3.2 gigahertz, 2 cores, 2 threads, and it's unlocked. Meaning you can overclock it to, I recommend, to about 3.5 gigahertz. I mean, not too sure how much of a difference that will make, but I highly recommend it. But if you're trying to run games like Black Ops 3 and the new Fallout 4, you're gonna run into some problems. So I recommend getting a higher processor. Well, see, like one of the next ones you're gonna see in this video. But for games like GTA 5 or lower, I think you'll be just fine. GTA 5 you'll have experienced some bugs, but it'll be just fine. Now in a little bit, we will moving on to the next processor. It's an AMD processor. It's the AMD Athlon. If you're gonna go AMD build, I would recommend this just for gaming. Not really much for editing. It is overclockable and it runs at 700 megahertz. Sorry, I keep fixing my mic here. 4 cores and threads, so it has 4 cores and 4 threads. Pretty useful. It has a turbo frequency for 4,000 megahertz. So I mean 4 megahertz, which is pretty good for AMD. What else can I say about this processor? Overclockable. What else did I say? Yeah, this will run pretty much any game, no problem. As long as you have a good graphics card, you can run Black Ops 3 just fine. Pretty sure. For editing, I would really not recommend this unless you want to wait a good while. This is pretty much like trying to render with the Intel Pentium. It takes quite a while, but this is better than the Intel Pentium for rendering and editing videos. Wow, I made this thing really long. Don't really know what to say right now because I already pretty much finished everything I had to say way too quickly. FM2. It's a 95 watt, so you won't really need. Doesn't take that much power up to overclock or anything like that. Finally, let's go to the next processor. This is an Intel i3 4170 processor, 3M cache with 3.70 gigahertz. It is overclockable. I'm pretty sure you just have to get the unlocked version of it. It is a dual core. This will run any game you throw at it. GTA 5, Black Ops 3, Fallout 4, any game you throw at it, this will be able to run. This for rendering and editing, I think you'll do just fine. Just don't be doing stuff too crazy as long as you have enough RAM. Dual core, pretty much the basic Intel build gaming PC. This costs $117, but if I remember, I'll put all the links in the description for all these in the description so you can check them out yourself. What else can I say about this? It has 2 cores and 4 threads, and it takes up 54 watts. Not too bad. Maximum memory size is 32 gigabytes, by the way, and it supports DDR3 and DDR2 and all that. So here's the AMD FX Vishera 8 core. It's 3.5 gigahertz, but on turbo mode it is 4 gigahertz. This will run any game you want, and will run at pretty good settings with your with a pretty good graphics card. I mean, like, this is what I recommend if you're gonna edit and if you're gonna game. It supports DDR3, and I think it supports DDR4. It should support DDR4, I believe. 64-bit. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. It supports DDR3. Okay, it only supports up to 29.9 gigabytes of memory bandwidth for DDR3. That's a little downfall. for depending on what kind of DDR3 you have for low voltage memories. Whoa, I made this clip really long for the FX. I thought I had a lot of, you know. Well, this is a pretty good CPU this is $120 right now. But Black Friday was a couple days ago, so it might be cheaper depending on where you go. Black Friday sales are still here on Newegg, so try and see on Newegg, see what you can find. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard of this processor before. It's been recommended. Just make sure your motherboard is compatible with this. Make sure all your motherboards are compatible with what you're gonna get before you buy it. Believe me, it saves you a lot of hassle. So make sure your motherboard is compatible with it first. You guys, do not overclock your damn CPUs. If you don't have a good cooler, stock cooler isn't gonna do shit. Do not. Sorry for my cussing. Don't overclock. Is not worth it if you have a stock fan. But if you have like a good fan, like a Cooler Master or anything like that, you should be just fine. Now going on to the last part is the i5 4690K. This is one of the most popular processors ever. I'm getting this soon. It's 3.5 gigahertz, 4 cores, and 4 threads. And guess what? Has Intel HD graphics. So this means that you'll have better graphics. Actually, with this, people have even told me you won't even need a graphics card. Sometimes with this, I believe that was with an i7, and we'll do that in another video. It's currently at $210 on Amazon, but let me see if it's on sale right now. I believe it's not on sale. Oh yeah, it is on sale. The original price right now was $264, but I guess there was a deal now, which is it's now $210. And yes, the processor I just did last was way cheaper at $120. This one's $210. But this one is for gaming, any game you want. You don't really need to overclock this either, and you could pretty much render and do anything you want with video editing wise.
Jack it up.
Has dynamic